Today I'm drawing a circle that I'm going to make into a crescent, which is a shape that symbolizes the moon. I want it to have plenty of surfaces for tree roots and branches to weave through. I suppose I was going for a blend of Art Nouveau swirls and a Celtic knot type design. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I like the way it's turning out, so that's what's important. Now I want to say hello to all the lovely people watching. Welcome to Laurelin Artistry. Speaking of Laurelin, time to draw the sun. You know, it kind of looks like a sunflower at first, which is my second favorite flower after tulips. So if you ever want to get me flowers. Anyways, I do the same sort of thing I did with the moon, but I may have gone a bit overboard on this one. Yeah, I'm not sure I like how it looks as much, but oh well. There are lots of lines to erase. And there's my sun. Now let's switch back to the moon and start on our first tree, Telperion. He's the elder of the two trees. A shining white tree that gives off silver light and is covered with flowers that rain down silver dew. My drawing is quite simplified and stylized and will unfortunately not do the tree's description justice, but I hope he'll still be a pretty tree. I'm not sure how much sense it makes to say I tried to make the tree look a bit masculine, but that's what I did. I erase all the overlapping lines to entangle the tree. Back to our sun to draw Laurelin. She's the younger of the trees and shines with a beautiful golden light, producing fiery fruit. Again, my depiction is not quite so brilliant. Maybe someday I'll paint a scene that captures the glorious radiance of the trees much better. But it is not this day. Just as I attempted to make Telperion look masculine, I attempted to give a bit of a feminine form to Laurelin. Erase all those lines. And we're back to Telperion to color him in. I drew the leaves off screen because I eventually scrapped them and started over, so I didn't need to show the drawing of both sets of leaves. But anyways, Telperion has dark green leaves that are silver underneath. I started out with this more accurate look, but I kinda changed my mind throughout the process. I make his bark gray and give a lighter bluer shade of gray to the moon. I test out giving the leaves a silver border, thinking that might make them look better, and add in a bit of detail to the tree with a lighter color. I shade my crescent to make it look a bit shinier. I add more saturation to the moon and change the color of my leaves yet again. Now to color in Laurelin. Oh hey, that kinda rhymed. She's got brown bark, and the sun behind her is a soft orangey gold. I highlight my tree and shade in my sun pattern. You may have noticed that the channel's name sounds a lot like the name of this tree. But you'd be wrong, they sound nothing alike. One is Laurelin and one is probably like Laurelin. You know, so not the same. Now I draw another circle. Hope all this back and forth between drawings isn't giving you guys whiplash. And this is where I decide the leaves need to go, so I add a bunch of new ones that are slightly larger, and change up the coloring ever so slightly, exchanging the green for a darker silver. Then I decide to make the circle fit inside the crescent, and lighten that up so it gives a bit of a glow. I add a circle behind the sun, which I color a bright yellow. And then I add the leaves, which are trimmed with gold. I then make that circle smaller and add a few other adjustments. And then we color in the leaves. The final big detail that I'll add is a swirling design all around my crescent moon. I give the design little flowers since the moon was made from a flower that was salvaged after Ungoliant, the giant evil spider, destroyed the trees to consume their light, whilst Morgoth was stealing the Silmarils. I'll talk more about the Silmarils in a later video featuring Feanor. I do the same thing with the sun, but since it was made from a fruit, I add little grape-looking clusters in place of flowers. I finish the trees off with some subtle highlights on the trunks to give the bark a bit of a silver or gold shine. And I adjust the pattern on the moon slightly before adding the gold flecks to Laurelin. And now I've finished my trees. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, it really means a lot. And I hope you all join me some more. S'mores, But in the meantime, don't let any giant spiders eat your trees. Ciao!